out there? I seem to have fallen down a cliff. I'm still alive, but I'm very badly injured. I think my legs might be broken, but I'll try to stand up. Oh! Yes, they are broken. Perhaps you could toss me a Band-Aid or some antibacterial cream. I'm in an extraordinarily large amount of pain. The bone has gone through the skin. I fear it might be gangrenous. The wound is beginning to smell a little like almonds.
What is up, Gorilla Nation, and welcome your butts back to a brand new edition and a brand new episode of the Division 2 build series. But before we hop into today's video, if you would be so kind to please smash that like button, ground and pound that subscription button, and then reach up there, trigger the bell, and turn on post notifications so that way you know each and every time a video is uploaded or a stream goes live. All the support is much appreciated, so be sure to like, comment, and share. It directly helps me out with the algorithm, helps me get recommended more, and is very much appreciated since I have been away for quite some time and just recently come back a month ago. So, let's hop into the build. And if you know me and know my past as far as when it comes to builds, I like to give multiple variations of builds to try to, in my way, promote build diversity to the aspect of catering to different folks' playstyle. Because some like the mid-range game, some like to Rambo it, risk it for the biscuit, solo dolo it, and just run up in there in the mix and, you know, hit hard and heavy. And if you're like me, sometimes you kind of get impatient and take dirt naps in the process just because you lack patience. So, no matter your playstyle, I like to give you different variations and, you know, help out the community and show them that there are multiple ways to play certain pieces in builds or whatnot and cater to your playstyle and not just what you see on a YouTube video, and that is based on that particular content creator's playstyle. So let's hop into the build. First, we start out with the weapons. I'm utilizing the Scorpio. Yes, it's only proficiency rank 3. I'm slowly grinding that up. I just had started using it because I'm not really a shotgun guy, but I'm really actually having a lot of fun with it. 940.1k base, 130 RPM, and 7-round mag. Still need to optimize that attribute slot, but it is what it is. But it comes with Septic Shock. Shooting a target applies stack of venom, which lasts for 10 seconds. Increasing stacks adds more severe debuffs to the target. Poison, disorient, shock. Target takes additional 20% damage from all sources. Stacks no longer increase. Duration of status effects is based on percentage of pellets hit on applying a shot. Reload speed, crit chance, weapon handling, and of course stability. Now my secondary, it's Fielder's Choice. I have, you know, multiple different SMGs. I have, you know, this ACS-12. It has Sadist on it. It just depends on whatever your cup of tea is. Rarely do I have to even whip out an SMG. It's primarily only running with the Scorpio. And I'm going to leave a link in the comment section below to a full extensive gameplay from last night's stream where I'm only utilizing this build while we do the manhunt, just me and Soul Killer. And yes, he's going to kill me for this, but it's quite funny midway through. You know, me having to pick him up twice in the bank headquarters and basically taking out the manhunt solo dolo style, you know, and I kept just saying, MVP, MVP. Yeah, it really got annoying to him, but it was hilarious and a lot of fun. So definitely go check that out. That link will be pinned in the comments section. Now on to the gear. As you all know, I've been running the Ridgeway's Pride on multiple different builds, whether it be the Liliana, the Don't Tread On Me build. You know, the sky is the limit, and I'm really enjoying it, especially way more than the Catharsis mask. And it comes with a plethora of reds. Weapon damage, crit chance, crit hit damage, and I have crit hit damage in the mod slot. And it has Bleeding Edge. Shooting enemies within 15 meters applies bleed to the target. Repair 3 to 48% of your armor per second for every enemy that is bleeding within 15 meters. And since you're going to be up close and personal, then you're definitely going to be within that 15 meters, and it works out really, really nice and handy. Repair strength per number of bleeding enemies. 1 for 3%, 2 for 6, 3 for 12%, 4 for 24%, and 5 for the 48% full stack. Now on to the backpack, and this is where it's going to differ, and it's going to be basically whatever you prefer choice. If you're going to run an SMG, then you want to, instead of the Badger Muff here, you want to go with the Suck Me Off, because you're predominantly using an SMG, where I'm predominantly using a shotgun, so therefore I prefer that 10% shotgun damage. You can see max armor, crit hit damage, and instead of that repair skills, you'll see in a moment when I go over the character sheet, I want this to be crit chance, so I'm currently trying to find that perfect piece that's going to have armor, crit damage, and crit chance on it. And I'm utilizing Wicked. Applying a stats effect increases total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. I opted in for the extra damage because it makes me more versatile, and I actually can use this in PvP as well, instead of having just to go in back and forth and re-rolling Wicked to Creeping Death. And Creeping Death, I think, is open to interpretation, but it is best, I would say, for the PvE variety, because you can proc that bleed on multiple different enemies at one time, and therefore don't have to rely on skills or things of that nature and really feel the effect. Now, some would say that the Anarchist Cookbook would be better here, but for one piece you're only getting 10% stats effect. That's mediocre and minuscule, and I would say is not a good fit, especially if you're going with Wicked. Getting that extra 10% weapon damage, I think, is much more viable here than just a measly 10% stats effect. And perfectly Wicked over Wicked, most people say, well, it's a perfect talent. Well, let's look at that. Applying a stats effect increases total weapon damage by 18%. The damage does not increase for the perfectly Wicked talent. The only thing that changes is perfectly Wicked is for 27 seconds versus the regular Wicked is for 20 seconds. So that's only 7 additional seconds, and which is, when you compare to that, the 7 seconds plus the 10% stats effect, I think it's a much more viable option and a much better option just to go with the archetype weapon that you're using. SMG, like I said, Suck Me Off, Badger Muff for the shotgun damage, and then who cares about the 7 seconds. And I think it's has better potential, and not really potential, the numbers do not lie. I mean, you want to inflict more damage. That little measly 10% stats effect is only going to add approximately in between 2 to 2.5k additional damage when it comes to that stats effect. And I'd rather have that damage up close and personal on the front end instead of waiting for it on the back end. But, I'll let you decide on what you prefer. That is just me. Now moving on to the other pieces. We're utilizing Hunter's Fury. 2 pieces, 15% shotgun damage, 15% SMG damage. 3 pieces, 20% armor on kill, 100% health on kill. And the 4 pieces, Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So when you pair that, especially with SMGs and shotguns, and run it this particular way with the Ridgeways, and of course using Wicked or Creeping Death, depending on your fielder's choice and your personal preference, it is really devastating. Oh, and by the way, I have crit chance in the mod slot. Holster, armor, crit damage, and knee pads, armor, crit chance, and then finally the gloves, weapon damage, and critical hit damage. Now let's go over the character sheet. As you can see, missing that critical hit chance on the backpack, that would put me at 50% critical hit chance and 118.9 critical hit damage, 54.2% headshot damage, 12% damage to armor. So that 6% definitely does play a factor, and I'm going to be farming for that backpack that will have crit chance on it. so that way I can at least get to that 50% mark, because anything below it, it's kind of, I don't know, mediocre. So I would say at least get 50% or above to really, have a meaningful impact. And these are the rest of the numbers as followed. 53.3 all weapon damage bonus, and I need the card pistol, just to go with get that extra skill tier to further my skills or whatnot. But I'm currently using the boomstick, and that will actually add. I was told that would actually, by Ryan Walters, Big Dog, that it would actually increase critical hit damage. So I took him for his word, so that is why that's equipped there. Now the skills I'm utilizing, of course, is the Stinger Bleed Hive, proficiency rank 5, because I just had basically started using it. And it's basically, once you run in there into the mix and drop it or throw it into a massive pile of NPCs, and as you're running up to that, you take damage from other NPCs to the left or to the right, but by proccing that bleed and you're within 15 meters of them, you don't really experience that damage all that much, because your armor is completely repairing, and getting predominantly that 48% armor repair per second. And then secondly, I'm utilizing a Defender Drone, damage reduction and PvE by 25% and 12.5% in PvP, utilizing the Technician Specialist just simply for that extra +1 skill tier, but you can basically choose whatever you want. I just choose it to further my skills output and damage reduction, and of course the bleed from the hive and things of that nature. But definitely try this version out. Like I said, whether you want Wicked or Creeping Death is up to you. I'd say Creeping Death in PvE, and then of course in PvP go with the Wicked. So give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd like to know your thoughts, and what kind of builds would you like to see next, and if there's already a particular build, me utilizing maybe one set or just one particular piece, such as like the Ridgeways here, but you wanted to see it with another brand set or gear set, let me know in the comment section below, and I will actually get that done for you. I like to appease my community, because you guys are the true heroes and are the ones that make me want to do this each and every day to help you all out. But I appreciate all of the support. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And as always, be a better person tomorrow than what you were today. And God bless.